Hey, how have you been? It's been a while since we shot the video and I'm sorry for it. But there's a reason behind it. Let me tell you why. Do you see? This is the new setup because of which I couldn't shoot the video. And it's bigger, it's better, and it's wonderful. I hope you like it. Today we're going to talk about a very important book that has been close to my heart for a very long time. And I'm sure you would like it too. The book's name is... But before that, let's jump to another location, right? Everyone, everywhere says, follow your heart. But what's in your heart? Who follows that? It's difficult to say that because everyone today is in this constant struggle to earn money, make a living, live life, than following a vision, believing in a life that could have been different from what he's leading today. Now that's a struggle that people are living in. In simple words, following your heart. Most important time in our lives is when we turn 17 or 18, because this is the time we choose a professional calling, which becomes a career for most of us for the rest of their lives. One story, one book, one story can change that life forever. I mean, Fountainhead is one such book that I'm going to talk about today. Now, this book is relevant to the present generation who has turned 17 or 18 and want to choose their career. I think once they have read this book, they will believe in a set of values that will take them through for the rest of their lives. And as they approach their 20s, is the perfect book for them. This is a story of, according to me, this is a story of extreme confidence. And why I'm saying so, you will get to know about it as the video progresses. If you finish this book, one thing is for sure, that your half-hearted attempts to approach or see life, to grow in life, will cease to exist. Let us ask ourselves why we do what we do. For example, we have chosen engineering as a career. Is it to earn money, or is it to feel validated in society that we live in, from our parents, from our peers, from our people who are around us? So is it because of that, or is it because you really want to pursue engineering? Or do we become doctors because we want to cure patients? Or is it for something else that we are looking forward to when we are choosing medical profession? Howard Roark answers that questions in the first few pages of the book. So anyone who's for a quick read can just read few pages and understand it. I'm just joking. Ayn Rand, the writer of the book, has presented this character, Howard Roark, who is an ideal human being who's above all the loath, temptation and pleasure that the world has to offer. He's on a mission to create buildings or construct buildings that never stood on the face of this earth. He's a guy who's left his college in the 4th year and believes that the world will require his services. He is an extremely confident guy, don't you think? I mean, who does that right now? I mean, I wouldn't advise leaving your college in the 4th year, but you will understand why Howard Roark left his college. Because this is what happens in the first few pages of the book, and it's a very interesting story. Fountainhead will strengthen your belief in being original, not following the trend, the usual, and going at your passion, going at it despite all the setbacks that you might experience in your life. In this book, passion and devotion towards one's work takes precedence, and everything else is left to oblivion, or should I say, is not even considered at all. I mean, I'm talking about Howard Roark as a character here. So anyone who's in this day and age wanting to go for a startup, you young people, this is one book that should be grasped at once for people who really want to start out on their own. Because in this book, there's the story of Howard Roark when he is starting out on his own without any support from anyone, any financial support, any recommendation, but he just goes out there in the belief that the world will require his services. And that's why I call Howard Roark in this book an extremely confident character. Howard Roark goes on constructing one building after another, not for money or reputation, but for the single purpose of that building being there as it should be. That piece of rock and concrete, which we call building, being there as it should be on that particular area called Earth. and he does not care about money or reputation in doing so. Just ask yourself, how many times have you created something or done something out of your own will or out of your own belief that you want to do it without your bosses pointing it out to you or the society wanting it from you? A lot of times we as individuals choose careers, or students choose careers, because we feel validated in that career, because a lot of people are doing engineering, I should do the same. Right now e-commerce and data science is a big thing, or computer science, coding is a big thing, and we want to follow that career because we feel it's a lucrative career, or our parents want us to follow it. In this day and age of social media, we should believe in ourselves, and this book really holds firm in that area. This thought of the writer clearly establishes her intent. You will love this book if you want to make your passion your profession. This book will instill a belief in you that if you're ready to put in the hard work and you're not worried about setbacks, you will achieve your dream. In Fountainhead, though, the writer of the book, Ayn Rand, does not talk much about the dreams of Howard Roark. It only says that Howard Roark is an original. He's a creator who believes in creating buildings and knows his job like no other. He believes in originality and doesn't let go of that particular originality despite various temptations and pleasures surrounding him. And talking about temptation and pleasure, there are many. Now, this book gives you an opposite of Howard Roark in the form of a character called Peter Keating. This guy doesn't believe in architecture, but he's an architect. He thinks of architecture as a profession which is a means to an end, and the end being money and reputation. Keating is a character who is relatable. You can find him in a lively market or a crowded place. But Howard Roark, they're hard to find and emulate. The beauty of this book lies in its contrasts and ironies. One moment you can see humanity like a shining sun in the form of Howard Roark, and the next moment a Peter Keating comes along and he blows away any hopes of reaching anywhere without the crutches of dishonesty, copying others, and sycophancy. He embodies all that is wrong with this world, and the writer Ayn Rand captures this character beautifully. Now back to the same location where we started from. Fountainhead was written in 1943 by Ayn Rand, though her most popular work is Atlas Shrugged. But this book, The Fountainhead, continues to resonate with people of all ages. The highlight of the book is the speech given by Howard Roark at the end of the book. I quite liked it. All through the book, you see the journey of Howard Roark as to how he's been treated, what his work is like, and how is he different from other people. There in that speech, he tells you why he is and why he behaves the way he behaves, or why he does things the way he does things, and why the world, the people, the people around him behave the way they do, and why the world rejects him, dislikes him, and goes to the extent of criticizing him or just keeping him shut forever. Now, that's what I liked. What I didn't quite like was long drawn dialogues, lack of brevity, and if I may say so, an awfully long book to read. It's almost 715 pages long. Just see the thickness of the book. Now, apart from these niggles, this book shines like a beacon on human consciousness, on our consciousness. And it's like a triumph that we all need in our mundane life once in a while. If I may put it this way, Ayn Rand picks out the innocence and the truth that's deep within all of us and gives it the shape of Howard Roark. And then Ayn Rand creates the character of Dominic Franken and Gail Wynand, who reflect Roark's truth through their action, and the world as they perceive changes for them forever. So the final verdict of why should you read this book when there are so many books in the market that you can read which are inspirational and uplifting. First of all, Ayn Rand has made a beautiful story. I mean, it's a wonderful story. It is gripping. The plot is really wonderful. And the second thing, the writing of Ayn Rand is piercing. She points out the character flaws and the character strength in the way that it should be pointed out. And her writing is wonderful. It's descriptive. It talks about how the world as she perceives it back in 1940s, or the New York back in 1940s. It also talks about a special relationship between Rourke and Dominic Franken, and later Howard Rourke and Gail Wynand. And this book celebrates their special relationship through objectivism. What is objectivism? It is a philosophy of Ayn Rand, the writer of the book, and you would understand this philosophy better if you carefully read each word of this book. The most important work, the most significant and important work, as you absorb the craft of Ayn Rand's most distinguished and important work, Fountainhead. And I'm sure you would enjoy each word of this book. So guys, what do you think about this book? This amazing book by the writer Ayn Rand, Fountainhead. And I hope you like the review of the book. And I'm sure if you like the review, you would definitely read this book. I'm hoping that you would read this book. And please let me know, like, share, and subscribe this video, and comment in the section below as to how you felt and what are your takeaways from this review, or if you have read this book or you want to read this book after the review. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you.